a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. This right here, the gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else. If that was my friend, I would be like,
she just and put my number out on her page that got 10 million followers. She did that. Putting everybody in our business, letting them know that me and Pap was together.
You just turned 30 years old. You are a world champion. You are accomplished. You have made it from out the ghetto, from the slums, from the depths of Flint, Michigan. You don't got no kids. You have your whole life ahead of you. Well, why are you attaching yourself to this 47-year-old man that doesn't have anything going, has no career, no job, no income, except for the income that he's claiming off of you, your percentage, because it's your manager?
Just a few days after Claressa Shields spoke openly about her excitement to start a family with Papoose, her world seemed to shift completely. In that interview, she was full of hope and enthusiasm. She shared her dreams of having children next year, building a future together, and finding a way to balance motherhood with her demanding boxing career. At that moment, she appeared confident, secure, and deeply in love. Many people believed she had finally found peace in both her personal and professional life. For a brief time, it seemed like she had everything she had ever wanted. But that sense of stability didn't last long. Almost overnight, reports began circulating that Papoose had cheated on her. The timing made the news all the more painful. What should have been a joyful chapter of planning for the future quickly turned into public embarrassment and heartbreak. Claressa went from discussing baby names to facing rumors that questioned the very foundation of her relationship. The emotional shift was sudden, jarring, and deeply personal. Claressa did not remain silent. She took to social media to share her feelings, expressing frustration, hurt, and disbelief. Her words were raw, reflecting genuine pain, not just anger. Many people expressed sympathy, understanding how devastating betrayal can be. Others, however, were less understanding. They referenced a phrase that has persisted for generations: "You lose them the same way you get them." In this context, that saying felt particularly pointed. When Papoose began his relationship with Claressa, he was still married to Remy Ma. Claressa had chosen to trust his side of the story, believing in the uniqueness and sincerity of their connection. At the time, she felt certain that what they shared was different, real, and meaningful. Now, it seemed that history may have repeated itself, with Claressa experiencing the same type of betrayal she once overlooked. From the beginning, Claressa viewed Remy Ma as a bitter ex-wife who refused to let go. She believed that Remy's warnings came from jealousy and resentment rather than truth. To Claressa, Remy's words sounded like interference, an attempt to derail her happiness. Looking back, however, some of those warnings appear more prescient than she might have realized. Remy had claimed that Papoose didn't genuinely love Claressa, that he was using her for stability, financial support, and housing. According to Remy, Papoose was struggling behind the scenes and relied heavily on Claressa's success and income. At the time, Claressa dismissed these claims as exaggerated or false. Given the tension between the two women, this reaction was understandable. Still, as events began to unfold, many people started to question whether Claressa had ignored warning signs that had been present from the beginning. This drama didn't erupt overnight. It had been quietly simmering for months before reaching a breaking point. Things escalated when Remy Ma leaked private messages between Claressa and Papoose. Remy claimed she discovered the messages on Papoose's phone while he was asleep at Claressa's home. According to her, Papoose had fallen asleep with the phone in hand and refused to leave. When Claressa allegedly heard Remy's voice, she reportedly hung up immediately. Remy accused Claressa and her public relations team of pushing false narratives to make Remy look bitter while portraying Papoose as loyal and innocent. She demanded that Papoose publicly tell the truth, but claimed he asked her to remain quiet. This only fueled her anger and pushed her to speak even more openly. Remy also shared shocking allegations about Papoose's private behavior. She claimed he insulted Claressa's appearance and made it clear he would never take her seriously. At the same time, She said she had proof that contradicted those statements and warned that she was prepared to expose everything if necessary. Before these messages surfaced, many people had no idea Claressa and Papoose were involved at all. Once the relationship became public, backlash was immediate. Social media exploded with opinions, jokes, criticism, and speculation. Claressa didn't take the attacks lightly. She responded online, questioning how Remy could criticize her when Remy herself had been rumored to be involved with other men. This back and forth kept the internet buzzing for days. For a while, Papoose remained silent, leading many to believe he was avoiding the chaos or letting the women fight while he stayed in the background. Eventually, however, he broke his silence, and his response shocked the public. On Christmas Day, Papoose posted a photo of Remy with her boyfriend, Easy the block captain. He claimed that while he was home caring for their daughter, Remy was spending time with another man. He accused her of lying, refusing to move on, and pretending to be a victim. According to him, Remy couldn't accept that he had emotionally left the marriage. He also revealed that he had offered her a divorce, but she refused because he would not lie about a physical altercation between them. He said she asked him to cover it up, but he refused. Then Papoose dropped another bombshell. He admitted that he had physically attacked Easy, the block captain. He said he first shook Easy's hand, then later discovered that Easy had slept with his wife. He insisted that the fight wasn't about jealousy but warned that the situation was far from over. Remy, however, was not finished. She went live again to explain her side in detail, addressing Claressa directly. She said Papoose was financially unstable and relied on her for a place to live. She accused him of lying about their marriage for years and cheating while she served time in prison. She even claimed he had impregnated other women during that period. According to Remy, relationships during incarceration rarely looked the way outsiders imagined. She said she never fully believed he had been faithful. Upon her release, Remy claimed she immediately checked his phone and confronted women at family events, slowly realizing the extent of the betrayal. She asserted that Papoose refused to publicly admit that they had not shared a bed since May 2022, as he was obsessed with maintaining the image of a perfect marriage. She said she had protected that image for years, choosing silence over embarrassment. Remy also addressed rumors about money. Outsiders didn't know who paid for what, she explained. She claimed she bought their home in cash, supported the household, and took care of their child financially. She said she had allowed Papoose to move in and later watched him change due to career failures and gambling habits. She advised Claressa to consider her position carefully, questioning why she would tie herself to a man nearly 20 years older who lacked stability and relied on her income. According to Remy, Papoose did not want to finalize the divorce, remove his belongings, or be present for their child despite requesting to have one. She suggested he promised Claressa a child even though he already had one. Her live stream was both emotional and calculated, designed to prevent Papoose from quietly controlling the narrative. Papoose, however, refused to let Remy dominate the story. Minutes after her live ended, he went live himself, visibly angry. He claimed he had put his career on hold while Remy was incarcerated, spending his savings supporting her, paying bills, moving homes, storing belongings, and visiting constantly. He said his finances were drained, forcing him to return to work. He accused Remy of cheating multiple times after her release and said he tolerated years of infidelity for their child's sake. He insisted there had never been an agreement for an open relationship and blamed the failure of therapy on her breaking every promise. Papoose admitted to attacking Easy, stating that the confrontation would have occurred anywhere he saw him. He emphasized that he had paid bills, bought expensive gifts, and supported Remy's lifestyle. He mocked her discussion of money while wearing jewelry he purchased. In a further twist, he claimed Remy secretly relied on him to write her music while publicly criticizing others for using ghostwriters. He said he had written many of her songs without credit or payment. What started as a private marriage breakdown had spiraled into a public war. Years of resentment, betrayal, and unresolved pain were now on full display. Both sides were determined to expose and discredit the other. Even though Remy sometimes appeared bitter, many believed she may have been honest about Claressa. Rumors suggested that Papoose may already be involved with another younger woman, adding fuel to the fire. The public quickly turned the situation into jokes, memes, and criticism. For Claressa, the timing could not have been worse. She had just shared her dream of becoming a mother, emphasizing that she didn't want to wait until the end of her boxing career. She wanted to remain healthy, active, and present for her children while enjoying life. Less than a day later, those dreams were overshadowed by cheating rumors and public humiliation. Instead of focusing on her future, Claressa found herself trapped in a messy situation that refused to fade quietly. Public opinion remains divided. Some feel Remy damaged her own image by oversharing, while others believe she had every right to speak after years of silence. Many feel Claressa ignored warning signs and is now paying the price. One thing is certain, this story is far from over. What began as love has devolved into chaos, and all three names, Claressa, Papoose, and Remy, are now forever linked in one of the most explosive relationship sagas in recent celebrity history. The biggest question still looms: will Claressa walk away to protect her peace, or will she stay, hoping for improvement? Is this the end, or simply another chapter in a story that refuses to close? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear: the world is watching, and this saga has already left a lasting mark on the lives of everyone involved.